Hi there everybody, welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew and it's fantastic to have you here with me today. On today's episode, I am super excited to bring you this review for today. As you are aware, I've been doing this current series of Starward whiskies. So this is episode 6. Now, this was intended to be the last episode in this series. However, having said that, I have recently purchased 2 new Starward products, and today's review is one of them. So now this whole series will be going from a 6-part episode into 8 episodes. So bear with me, that will be over soon. But for now, like I said, this is episode 6. And today I have a very special Starward whiskey with me today. This is the Starward Tawny. Now, some of you may be aware if you follow them on through Facebook, Instagram, or wherever you may follow on the web. But this release is part of their projects, like the New World projects releases. So this is limited to say 4,000 bottles. It has only just been released, and I was so excited to finally to receive my bottle. A little bit of background information on this. So it has been double distilled. It has an age of 4 years old. It was it was first filled in 2015 and bottled in 2019. 48% ABV, so that's that real perfect sweet spot that I love when it comes to ABV. It has been fully matured in X-Tawny fortified wine barrels, so that is absolutely fantastic. I love my Tawny port finishes and port in general, so when I found out that this was how this particular whiskey has been aged, I was super excited. Now they have sourced these barrels from the Yalumba winery, which is a winery in one of our Australian wineries. They have used the octave barrels, which so the octave barrels are pretty much a 1/8 scale size of a standard barrel, so they're a lot smaller. This has allowed the whiskey to have a lot more surface interaction between the wood. So yeah, there's been a lot of interaction between the barrels and the spirit, which has created an absolutely wonderful, rich flavor profile. I opened this as soon as I got it yesterday, and I loved it from the very first sip. So let's start getting into the review. I shall pour a little splash. Hopefully I don't splash it everywhere. There we go, that will do. Now the one thing that I love about a lot of the Starward whiskies is that the aroma just starts pouring out as soon as you open the bottle and pour it into the glass. So yeah, one of my favorite things about this whiskey. It's fantastic. Okay, let's see what we get on the nose. Cheers. Okay, so this is a very wood and oak dominated whiskey, but it's not over oaked in any way. It is a very nice balance. The fruits of the Tawny definitely come through. So you've got this very rich grape flavor, almost like like a fermented grape note. It's very sweet, very woody as mentioned. I get a slight hint of that banana note that I generally get from Starward, so that's definitely there, part of their signature, or at least for my own palate anyway. Touch of raisins, figs, some wood spice there, almost like a cinnamon nutmeg type of note. It's a very homey scent. It's very very fitting considering that we're coming up to Christmas. So that's quite good there. Touch of green apple as well. Okay, that's enough for the nose. Let's get onto the palate and see how we go. So, cheers again. Again, excellent mouthfeel. You'll get a full mouth coating. The whiskey just spreads evenly right across your tongue. You've got these nice little spicy prickles that come along as well. Very similar effect to the 10th anniversary edition, where you get these like dancing prickles that just keep going from the tip of your tongue to the back. So fantastic, yeah, fantastic mouthfeel there. Sorry about that extra noise in the background. We just got a V8 car that has just started up next to me, so hopefully it doesn't affect the sound too much, but here we go. Okay, so again, on the palate, definitely strong wood notes there, very oaky. Now, as mentioned, I love my port and say Tawny cask finished whiskies. Now, comparing this to something else, so for example, the Glenmorangie Quinta Reuben, the 12-year-old at least, if you have tried that, a lot of you may notice that that is very fruit dominant. You tend to get a lot more of the wine notes in the Glenmorangie Quinta Reuben. This one, however, is a lot more of the barrel notes. You're not getting so much of that tawny port wine finish, but it's what I would imagine the taste of the actual barrel would be. So that was quite interesting. Something that I found very fascinating. I was expecting to have a lot more of that, I guess that very strong fruity wine characteristic, but I'm glad that it went in a different direction and I was able to get something a little different, something that I wasn't expecting. So that was really good. So yep, wood oak definitely there on the forefront. Follows through with like sweet honey notes, berries, definitely like the sweet grape. One note that I actually had gotten last night, which I'm not picking up at the moment, was a slight but very slight yeasty note, but I'm not getting that at the moment. That could have been something that just came through on the neck pour, so we'll see how the rest of the bottle progresses as I get through it. Coming back to the mouthfeel, the liquid is very thick. It has a very thick, like syrupy texture, again, which just helps attribute that mouthfeel. So again, I would kind of describe it as like if you're having almost like a very, say, thick syrup that allows itself to melt over your mouth, almost like a chocolate when it's melting. You just feel it coating your whole mouth. So it's this is definitely a sensory experience, that's for sure. The finish is very easy, very smooth, very fruity as well. So on the finish, you're not getting so much of those wood barrel notes, but definitely a lot more of the fruits. So again, those grapes, berries, figs coming through. A slight peppery tone coming up as well, which I'm really enjoying. This has an exquisite finish. The whole experience of this whiskey has been fantastic. I mean, from the nose all the way to the finish, it just carries through so well. I can't wait to start exploring the rest of the bottle and just trying it in different ways, whether I add water or ice or maybe even try it in a cocktail, because I think this will be a very versatile whiskey. I think it will suit pretty much all styles of drinking, depending on what you want to use it for. Again, very sweet. So those of you with a sweet tooth, you will enjoy this whiskey. Even those of you who aren't so much into those sweet profiles, if you do enjoy your fruity, woody type of whiskies, then this is definitely one for you. If you're living in Australia and you are able to get yourself a bottle of this, definitely go and check out the Starward website, because as far as I know, you can only get it through there. So yeah, do yourselves a favor before they run out. I might even try and grab another bottle if I can. Head on over to Starward and definitely grab yourself a bottle. Alright guys, that's it for now. That's the end of this episode. If you enjoyed this content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm finally coming up to that 100 subscriber milestone, so we're not far away. Very excited about that. Be sure to hit that bell notification so that you can stay up to date with all future content. And don't forget to leave me a comment if you're wanting more information about Starward, or if there's anything that you would like, any information that you would like to provide for me. So yeah, that's it. Like as mentioned at the start of the video, my name is Andrew. This is Prestige Liquids. Get this.